You've probably been told that to quit, all you need is more willpower. But if you're here, you know it's not that simple. You've tried, right? Maybe you've even had some success, but you feel stuck in that frustrating cycle of relapse, knowing that just gritting your teeth and white knuckling it isn't the answer. So, what if I told you that lasting sobriety isn't about having more discipline? What if the real secret is to stop fighting a battle you can't win and instead completely rewire the thought patterns that are keeping you trapped? That's exactly what we're talking about today. We're going to be looking at why your brain sometimes feels like your worst enemy and how you can get back in the driver's seat, not by force, but by changing your mind from the inside out. First things first, let's bust a myth that causes so much pain. The idea that addiction is a choice or some kind of moral failing. It's not. Addiction is a condition that literally rewires how your brain functions, especially the parts in charge of reward, motivation, and self control. When you use a substance, it can unleash a massive flood of a chemical called dopamine, which is the brain's feel good messenger. Your brain's survival system gets tricked into thinking that the substance is not just good, but essential for survival. And over time, this process carves deep neural pathways. Think of them like well worn highways in your mind that always lead right back to using. A craving isn't just a fleeting thought, it's a powerful signal from a brain that has been rewired. And this is why trying to use willpower alone is like trying to build a dam with your bare hands during a flood. You're fighting deeply ingrained biological programming. That feeling of being trapped, it's not a sign of weakness, it's a symptom of a brain that has adapted to addiction. And the shame and relapse cycle is often fueled by that negative voice in your head, the one that says, I'll never change, or this is just who I am. These thoughts don't just sting, they actually reinforce the brain patterns that keep you stuck. But here's the incredible news: your brain can change. It has this amazing ability called neuroplasticity, and that is the key to your recovery. Real recovery starts with one powerful idea: you are not permanently broken. Your ability to change isn't set in stone. This is the core difference between a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. A fixed mindset says, I'm an addict. This is who I am, and I can't change. Whether you realize it or not, that belief leaves you feeling powerless. A growth mindset, on the other hand, is this belief that you can learn, adapt, and grow through effort and support. It's the shift from identifying as your addiction to seeing yourself as a person in recovery. It's a huge change in self perception, from seeing yourself as broken to seeing yourself as someone capable of healing. This mindset doesn't pretend recovery is easy. Instead, it empowers you to face the hard moments, viewing them not as proof of failure, but as chances to learn. Adopting a growth mindset is the foundation for everything else. It's what makes real, lasting change possible. If this is clicking for you and you want to learn more practical ways to rewire your mind, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We're building a community of people who are ready to heal from the inside out. So, how do we actually start building this growth mindset? Here are three practical shifts you can start making today. First, reframe relapse as feedback, not failure. Shame is one of the most toxic forces in recovery. After a setback, A fixed mindset screams, "See, I failed. I'm hopeless." A growth mindset asks a much smarter question. Okay, what happened and what can I learn from this? Was it stress? A specific trigger? Feeling isolated? When you look at a relapse like data, you can adjust your strategy without the crushing weight of shame. It turns a painful moment into a powerful lesson for your long term recovery. Second, start practicing new self talk. That inner voice you have shapes your reality. A powerful technique from CBT is just start noticing your automatic negative thoughts. The next time you catch yourself thinking, "I can't do this," just pause and challenge it. Ask, "Is this thought helping me or is it hurting me?" Then you can intentionally replace it with something more compassionate and true, like, "This is tough, but I am capable of doing tough things." Even just journaling your thoughts or using a simple positive affirmation can kickstart this process. Third, shift your focus from just surviving to building a life with purpose. Recovery can't just be about not using, it has to be about building a life that is so meaningful and fulfilling you're motivated to protect it. This means exploring new hobbies, rebuilding connections with people you care about, and setting small, exciting goals for yourself. When you have a future that you're genuinely excited about, sobriety stops being a chore. It becomes the very thing that gets you there. Lasting recovery doesn't happen because of one big burst of willpower. It happens because of the small, consistent choices you make every single day to think a little differently. It's a process, not an event. By shifting to a growth mindset, reframing your setbacks, and consciously changing your inner dialogue, you are literally rewiring your brain for a new future. The power to change has been inside of you all along. Let's do this together. In the comments below, share one mindset shift you're going to focus on this week. Your story just might be the spark of hope that someone else needs to see today.